this video, I had a conversation with Bobby, who's been exploring songwriting. And in particular, we discussed the idea of co-writing. How can we work together as a community of worshippers to craft songs that glorify God, express our values, and enable others to worship Him in spirit and in truth? Hey, Bobby.
Hi Andy, thanks for having me. Yes, a bit about me. My name's Bobby. I've been to Birmingham Vineyard for about 4 years. Some of you may recognise me from Southside. I've been writing melodies and worship songs for about 9 months, but it's mainly to myself and this little book I've got. I love to take it more seriously and have a songwriting community at Birmingham Vineyard. So that's why I'm helping out today and getting involved.
So why is it good for us to write together?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think co-writing is good because the collaboration refines a song. Your gifting may not be as like the same as someone else's gifting, so you can learn a lot from other people's strengths to build up your song. So one person may be really good at lyrics, but the other person may be a lot better at melody and creating the flow of the song. So I think that's really important. I think also co-writing keeps you accountable to someone else. So someone else can look in and see if you're doing it for your glory or if you're doing it for God's glory. So I think that co-writing keeps you accountable to more people. So it ensures your theology is solid as well. Like the reasoning behind your song is pure. I think you always need to be willing to accept that your version can be better. So something maybe needs to be removed or maybe needs to be changed, or someone can look in and think, or if you're saying that in this way, then it can mean this. We don't want people to sing this. If we change it slightly, it keeps the same meaning, but someone looking from the outside looking in goes, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and they can sort of really sing with that as well.
You've got your notebook, it's got some good ideas in. How do you approach sharing those song ideas? At what point in the creation process do you think, I'm going to send this or play this or show this to someone else?
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, unfortunately. So I know that there are some in here where I've written down something and I think it may or may not work, and then for others in here which I like a lot more, I've taken them through and I've tried to work with them and I tried to get an end product. So I tried to go for a verse, a chorus, and a bridge. There are others in here that just haven't used at all. It's not to say that they're bad. It's just I didn't connect with them whenever I was writing them. So my hope for this songwriting kind of community is that I can use some of these for someone else who's got maybe like a bridge or a chorus, but they can't fit it in. Then I can go back through my notes, can go back through my phone melodies, and I can pick up something and we can tie it all together. So if we had more people, then I'd be able to use more of this. Currently, I try and get something to a verse, a chorus, and a bridge, and a bit of a melody as well, and then try and get that as good as I can because it's my song and it's how I felt. So I'd like to put that on a page and then see how someone else interprets it, and then we can start analysing it and start polishing it.
Bobby, you've spoken about your journey with songwriting and about how you've worked with co-writing. What's your experience of doing it? How has it helped develop your songs? And how has it helped develop your skills as a songwriter?
So overall, I found it good. It's been a positive experience. I feel like a song is maybe 10% inspiration, but the rest of it, 90%, is perspiration. It's really hard work. So you really need to work hard for a song that a congregation or group of people can sing confidently. So at the start, I try and explain like the reasoning behind the song and how I felt or what the message is and how I've linked all the sections together. So these are the bits that I don't want to change, like the overall essence of the song. But by letting someone else in, I have to be open to constructive criticism, new ideas and change, also like analysis. But I know that it's for the benefit of the song because melodically, lyrically and theologically, the song needs to sing really well so someone can connect with it and a congregation or group of people can be able to sing and sing it from the heart. So one of the songs that I'm working on at the moment with John and yourself is one called House. And at the start, when I look at my my notebook, there were 3 or 4 different ideas and went off in different directions. So the first thing that John helped me do was to just boil it down to two ideas, two ways of thinking. So it was the idea of having a house and taking down the house and restoring it. So as you would restore maybe a person, you might restore a house as well, and then using that to build up a congregation. So it made it much more succinct, much more clearer message, rather than having a few different ways of thinking. It was just one idea with a couple of different variations. So that was really key to boiling down the idea and making it a lot clearer for a congregation to just come in and pick up and sing. So I don't have to explain it to someone.
Thanks, Bobby. It's really helpful to hear an example talked through about how we can co-write together. Have you got any other advice or tips on how to songwrite and particularly how to write together?
Yeah, of course. By no means an expert, but I think the main thing is whenever you start, I think it's being open and honest with each other and for co-writing and setting expectations really on. So this is how I felt when I was writing the song, and these are the important bits, and this is where I've kind of tailed off and I'm not as happy. I'm struggling. I need some help on it. But both of you, when you're co-writing, need to be willing to accept change and compromise. So if I've written down a lyric or a melody and someone else interpreted it differently, the chances are that the congregation will also interpret the melody in this way, and this might be an easy way to sing it. Whenever I'm trying to songwrite, I keep track of my ideas in a little book. I also use notes on my phone and then transfer it here if my book's not available. I also keep track of melodies or little lyrics in my phone as well, so I record them. But I try and work on one complete song at a time, so I wouldn't like to have lots of different little songs that are like half finished. But when I am working together with someone, I like to use Google Docs because a Google Doc is easily shareable and easily accessible. You can also keep track of history and see the changes where someone's made it. You can also add notes. So I find it's quite useful just to have a working document that quite a few people can access.
That's good stuff. Have you got any final thoughts to leave us with?
So worship songs are vastly different to like secular songs. They need to convey a message in the gospel. Like Jesus saying, telling stories, they go straight to our heart. So there's a need for gifted storytellers and communicators to communicate the gospel. But it's really important to have your heart correct. It's like the heart behind why you're writing a song. So studying the Bible, getting to know God and quiet times or Bible studies is really important. So the content needs to match the melody. The content needs to match the song and what people will sing. But it's like exercising a muscle group. So the more you do it, the better you become at it. And it's almost like training like to be an athlete. So athletes would train 12 hours a day for championships. So it's really important to have that practice. So whenever you want to go co-write, you're well practiced, so it comes more naturally. But some tools that could help are like journaling or morning pages, things like thesauruses and rhyming tools, or reading lyrics of your favorite songs. But it needs to be authentic. It needs to come from the heart. So if there are no tears in the writer, there are no tears in the reader. You don't need another like You Make the Dogs Tremble or Raise a Hallelujah. There needs to be more songs about us, about our church, and we need to put our emotion into that song as well. So there's no point in singing facts to God because he already knows it. He wants to know about us and our stories and how we can bring people to God with those stories as well.